Okay, I'm so excited. I just got out of the shower, so I'm sorry my hair's all wet, but I just placed an order for my book to go to the Library of Congress in Washington, D.C., in case the library wants to pick it up. So that's my book coming out March 20th. I have it right here. Hold on. No, yikes. This is all new to me, so this one, um, The Purple Sun, A Poetic Journey Through Domestic Violence by me, Lori Jean Finella. It is out now as an ebook at Amazon and some other places. If you go to LoriJeanFinella.com, I have those links under updated links for the book, probably about 10 or so posts down. But I looked over the book. You know what I did with this? I didn't read through every single poem because it gets to a point where your head just says enough is enough. Okay, I checked it enough. So I have that down when I publish the book now. And it's not like I haven't published books before. It's a lot harder now with more head injuries from abuse, unfortunately. And that's not really why I wrote this book. I just, unfortunately, life is hard when you're a woman, period. And when you're writing a lot, that's the kind of writing that would come up. And a lot of it came from songs, really, that I turned into poetry. Because I just put out another book, actually in 2023, not just. But, I forget what I was saying now. No. Oh, yeah. So I get nervous when I have these bigger steps that I'm not used to doing as a publisher. And to get a Library of Congress number, first of all, I guess people say anybody can get one. I don't know about that because I've never applied for one before with all the books I put out there. But I just assumed you had to be a bigwig. But apparently I got one, and I know I'm not a bigwig, so it's doable. So I would try it if I were you. And you go to like pre-pub link and just put Library of Congress and search it up, and I'll put the link under here. That way you'll know where to go. And just, do what they ask and stuff. And yeah, they sent me a number. And so I was nervous to order their copy, but I figured I'd check the book out, didn't go over all the poems all over again. I had already checked the table of contents. That's real important to make sure that's lined up. And I had already checked that out before I ordered the book. And so I kind of almost had them all memorized in my head. I was mostly checking out to make sure like that everything was lined up. Make sure like, there wasn't like a bunch of big lines in between the title up at the top and the page number and stuff. Everything was lined up nice. That was really the only thing left for me to do. So this is it, Like what I did when I first did something with the Library of Congress is, with Ingram. Ingram's another thing. IngramSpark.com, and they let independent publishers publish there. And I published through Lightning Source before, but it's confusing to me over there now. And when I went in, like they have a publishing date and then an on sale date. And I was on my iPad, and I do things when I can do it, not when like I don't like lay out a time. Okay, I'm gonna work on my book, and I'm gonna sit down and work on the details I have to work on it for as far as publishing it, because then I won't do it because I'll get nervous. So I just, when I'm on my iPad, not thinking about it in between like a video or a program or something, I'll go right in there to do it. So on my iPad, it had like the year 2000 in there as a sample date, and I couldn't get it to change. So when you have to like accept the proof in order to order a copy, even though you're not enabling distribution. So what it did is it put in year 2000 as a publication date, even though the on sale date, it let me put in March 20th. So with Library of Congress, they have to have that book shortly after the publishing date. And this is like a month ago, I had to wait and make changes and then order my copy and look it over. And so I'm thinking, obviously they're going to know. Like I was able to go on my computer and change it finally. It took a couple weeks to figure that out. But I'm thinking they're obviously going to know year 2000. The girl made a mistake, or maybe it doesn't even show up because distribution wasn't enabled yet. So anyway, that could be something that stops me from being able to keep this number, Library of Congress number. And they've told me you've got to keep up with everything you're supposed to do. So this is all a learning process to me. If it doesn't go through, then I know, because I have a child's book that I put out there, The Princess and the Prince, which I think is really good for little girls. She's still being the good girl to get what she wants in the end, but her name's first, so it makes her, gives her just a little bit of that strength being a female. So I can practice with that next one. I'm going to be doing like the whole thing over because it was taken down because I put it out through like an independent publishing platform called Creative Space, and it would go through Amazon, but I had bought my own ISBNs like back when my son was like 8 years old, and I was doing all kinds of writing and trying to learn how to publish, and I'd be up all night long. So I still had some of those. So if you buy your own ISBNs from Bowker, Bowker, then it goes to all the bigger places like Barnes and Noble and stuff. And the book really wasn't put together as well as it should be. Actually, I made one mistake on it, one grammatical error. But I was going through the worst of my head injuries from abuse at the time. I mean, I was really fighting, to keep my kid and keep my mind and my sanity and my independence. And so, I mean, the fact that I even got the thing done was one thing, but it wasn't ready for any kind of professional platform. So now now that it's down, I'm gonna take that, do it over. And also I want you to know, if you go to Pixabay.com, Pixabay.com, they have free audio, like I'm gonna use for my restorative yoga classes. I'm gonna be calling it PJ Yoga in bed, because for personal reasons, that's the only way I can do yoga right now. So I know there's many other people out there that are probably going through the same thing I am. So rest assured, if I can, I will be getting one out pretty shortly to you. I had already said I would if you follow me on social media, but that's what I'm working on. And they have free background yoga music is what I was trying to say. They have that. I get my album cover art there now because I don't even try to get a pretty picture of me anymore. Let's just scratch that. And what was the other thing? Oh, they actually have children's book art in there too. And now trying to line up the characters can be kind of hard because each character is doing something different. But this particular book, because I went from when she was little to older, and I'm changing kind of the ages in there, I think it'll work okay for me. So anyhow, that's what I'll be working on next. I'll know if this Library of Congress transaction flops. I have another try at it. I know to go on my computer. I'm not going to be afraid, It's like, okay, this step, you can do it. Okay, so we did it. I know this step now. So cross your fingers for me that the book at least goes through the right transaction, even if the library doesn't pick it up. So thanks for watching Living Positively Today.